The residents in and around Gunnison, Colorado, truly live for adventure. It's a result of the abundant surrounding public land, whether it's cold weather activities like skiing or summer activities like rafting, fishing, climbing, hiking, and biking. The options are endless. This spring, my partner Lindsay, my friend Eric, and I embarked on a sub-24-hour overnighter to the Aberdeen Quarry, a fantastic spring campout location in the high desert while we waited for the high country to melt out. We ended up departing around 3 p.m. for the trip, making a few stops beforehand. This included a quick pit stop at High Mountain Liquor Store and another to pick up our takeout calzones from the Gunnison Pizza Company. Gunnison boasts great takeout spots, allowing us to leave without really worrying too much about dinner. Our journey took us south of town towards Hartman Rocks, an incredible mountain bike paradise where single track weaves in and out of granite rock formations and through rolling sagebrush hills. While we were on drop bar bikes, this route can be enjoyed in various ways using the extensive Hartman Rocks single track trail network. Having experienced both options, I can say it's a blast either way, but the dirt road version is faster and easier. We headed up Gold Basin Road, a paved road that eventually transitions into a well-maintained gravel road, providing a nice warm-up. Eventually, we turned west and followed a network of 2-track roads into the southeastern portion of Hartman Rocks and the South Beaver Creek Natural Area. This area is not only home to the Gunnison sage grouse, but also serves as a very essential habitat for this federally threatened bird. Consequently, the area is closed from March 15th to May 15th each year. However, the established campgrounds north of the power lines at Hartman's are accessible year-round. As we continued that afternoon, we were greeted by a spectacular display of wildflowers. The cold and wet winter resulted in an abundance of incredible wildflowers this spring and summer. We encountered paintbrush superblooms, lupin, blooming kingcup cactus, primrose, pachyra, and more. Eventually, we would reach the Skull Pass area and descend to South Beaver Creek. So while there's a really nice dispersed spot on the south side of South Beaver Creek, if you wanted to, you could get water and slog back up to pedal to some really cool areas just north of the creek. However, this would require camping in established campgrounds as opposed to south of the power lines where camping is dispersed.
Hey, Neil would remember that. Wow. Not even mad.
That was
it's on camera. That was her. That was her. Star of the show.
Camping next to or really close to creeks offer the advantage of abundant water for dinner and breakfast, which is super nice. As we set up our tents, dark clouds rolled in, accompanied by a few raindrops and even a light show. However, the weather quickly passed, allowing us to enjoy an evening at the Aberdeen Quarry, relishing the giant rock formations, the sunset, and the simplicity of being outdoors. The Aberdeen Quarry supplied granite to construct the Colorado State Capitol building. So while the town of Aberdeen housed nearly 150 to 200 people, it primarily was active from 1889 to 1892, only 3 years. Today, remnants of the town's structures still can be found along South Beaver Creek. Camping near the quarry is like camping with history, and as we sat in amazement sipping coffee the next morning, we couldn't help but wonder how they hauled those giant slabs of granite from such a rugged location. After a leisurely morning, we began our ascent out of South Beaver Creek and headed towards Big Mesa. The climb rewarded us with breathtaking views of the snow-capped peaks of the West Elk Wilderness. We then turned onto Willow Creek Road and enjoyed a thrilling descent down to McCabe Lane and the western entrance of Hartman Rocks. Hartman Rocks is like a playground. Trails and roads crisscross in all different directions, and you can choose various orientations when returning to the front side. While we opted for a direct route back, we couldn't resist adding some single track on Jack's trail for good measure. We retraced our path on Gold Basin Road into Gunnison, stopping at Tributary Coffee Roasters for a hearty breakfast. We spent over 19 hours completing the 32-mile loop with 16 miles covered each day. It was the perfect escape outside of Gunnison, where you feel entirely immersed in nature while being relatively close to town. It was a fantastic overnighter. If this route piques your interest and you'd like to try something similar, you can find the GPX file, photos, and additional information in the link below.